equals 9x over x squared plus 1, models the concentration of a drug in the bloodstream of a patient in milligrams per liter, X hours after the patient is injected with the medicine. Answer the following questions. Find the horizontal asymptote of this graph. First of all, we have to identify the type. Once we know the type, then we easily identify the horizontal asymptote. What type is it? Is it type 1 with same degree over same degree? Is it type 2 with a higher degree in the denominator? Or is it type 3 with higher degree in the numerator by exactly 1 unit higher?
It's type 2.
It is type 2. What do we know? The easiest thing possible about type 2.
But the horizontal asymptote is always 0.
Done. Thank you very much. Part B. Find the concentration after 1 and 3 hours respectively. How do I determine the concentration after 1 and then after 3 hours? What do I need to do?
Substitute.
Excellent. So f of 1 and find f of 3. F of 1, the top is 9 and the denominator is 2. We can say 4.5 milligrams per liter. We have to write the measurement unit. And for 3, we have 9 times 3, which is 27. 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So this is 2.7 milligrams per liter. Part C. Graph the function on the window, not on paper, just on the graph with the graphing calculator, using the graphing calculator, and explain what happens to the concentration of the medicine within 10 hours, assuming that the patient only gets the initial shot of the medicine, does not continue taking the medication every 5 minutes or 10 hours or maybe 3 hours or whatever. Okay, no need to copy the graph here. Just explain what you see in one sentence. Okay, so let's always make sure that you put parentheses around the numerator. You can say there is no need here because it's one product. I agree, but just be careful. You need parentheses around the denominator. I put parentheses, although I know I don't need parentheses around the top, but I don't want to forget. So x squared plus 1, here it is. And we are given the viewing window. So when you click on window, you will type 0 for x minimum. You will type 10 for x maximum. You will type 1 as the scale for x. You will enter 0 for minimum y. You will enter 3 for maximum y and 1 for the scale. And now we can graph. Okay. So I guess they should have said in the problem, or I should have said it, go a little bit higher. So let's go a little bit higher here. So with a y value, I'm going to put 8. So I can see the graph better. So what will you say that happens here? If you look at the graph within the first 10 hours, what will you say? So the patient at time t equals 0 or x equals 0 takes the medication. The concentration spikes in the bloodstream. And then what happens eventually?
It gradually goes down.
Yes, you will go out of his system gradually, eventually towards 0. That is the only sentence I was looking for. It spikes shortly, if you can say it's 1 hour. It spikes shortly, as you see. In 1 hour, it's 4.5. And it's the peak. We can determine that maximum if you want to. So second and calc and maximum. And put the 0. And then let's say 5. So the calculator knows that you're looking for a maximum between these two x values. And it gives us 4.5 as expected. So it spikes to the maximum, which is 4.5 in 1 hour, and then gradually comes back to 0 coming out of his system. That's it with problem 2. Anything else? I would like to do problem 6 because we only have 6 minutes. And then I'll let you work on that quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz. You may even finish sooner. Okay, so we looked at this kind of problem before. So remember, we are asked to find the domain here, and I have to write 2 restrictions. One restriction is that x minus 2 could never be 0, and the other one that this quantity under the square root, which is x plus 5, must be what type of number, which we can never ever forget. The quantity under the square root. Anyone?
It has to be positive
Or
greater than 0.
exactly. Thank you. So then x cannot be 2, and this is x greater than or equal to negative 5. If you have any difficulty seeing what's happening here, please graph it first. We don't care for units. It's just we are using this to help us understand or state the domain correctly. It cannot be 2, not 2, negative 5 to infinity. So obviously the domain is from negative 5 to 2 without 2. This implies no 2. Parenthesis at 2 does not include 2. Union, parentheses at 2 does not include 2, comma, infinity. Okay, so we have 5 minutes now to